Hello everyone. I want to talk about flashlights today because I've gotten a couple of questions about flashlights. Number one is I've been asked if these are probably newer shooters, so it is a legitimate question. Should their weapon mounted light be the primary light? For me, hell no. I always have a handheld. Because if you point that gun at somebody and there's no valid reason or legally justified reason, you could have yourself a lot of legal implications that I wouldn't want to help you with. So point blank, your weapon light should never be your primary light. If you want a primary light, have a handheld. At least I can point that at somebody and not have an issue. One thing I look for on a handheld light is I like tail caps. I don't like the side ones where you have to use your thumb to side. No, I don't like them because once you do that, the hand is useless. That's all it's good for. If I have a tail cap, at least I can use those fingers like pinchers and do whatever I need to do. There's many things I can do to hold something or whatever. That's what I look for in these. But whether it's a weapon mounted light like this one or the one right here on my rifle, it's mounted. There's two things that a flashlight needs to do for me. Turn on, turn off. That is it. I don't need anything fancy. I don't need fancy strobes. I don't need patterns. In 24 years, I have never used a strobe light on anybody for any legitimate reason. To goof around maybe, get somebody's attention, down and just goofing around, yeah. But to use a strobe light on any real application, no, I've never had to in 24 years. Always used a regular flashlight. So on that aspect, I don't need any of that other stuff. So I look for one that works, which means you're going to buy quality. Turns on, turns off. That is it. And like this one, I can twist the tail cap to have continuous light, or just leave it like that and just do as I need it, which is primarily 98% of the time is just like that, on and off. So that's what I look for in a light. One thing I do look for in a light as well, outside of those three items, is the beam. I don't want a floodlight. I don't want a light that just illuminates everything. I look for a light that does illuminate out to a flood pattern, but does have a directed beam. So if there's something I'm specifically looking at, I can direct that beam at it, whether it's somebody's face, area, or whatever. But it'll also give me enough ambient light to do that. And while I'm looking at the beam, I prefer, nowadays with these LEDs, they're actually pretty easy. I prefer a white light, a nice clear light, not those yellow ones. I've seen some flashlights where they're really yellow or dim, especially at night when you're trying to get the contrast of something. It's really hard to see. So I like the LEDs, which this one used to be the incandescent bulb. I changed it to an LED quite a few years ago. The bezel inside, I changed it. And now I got the clear, because this used to be yellow, because that's all they had way back in 25 years, 24 years ago. But now that you got these LEDs out in the last 10, 15 years, I've changed it over. And now I got a nice clear white light. And I can see really good. So in a nutshell, I look for a light that works, turns on, turns off, end of story. They've never done me wrong. I've been great. I like a handheld light for my primary light because I can't point weapons anywhere and everywhere at any given time. So I'm not really a big fan of them. And I live in the city. There's a lot of ambient light. Do I always need a flashlight on it? No. But I do have one, in case, you never know. But if you have any questions, post below. And hope to hear from you. You guys have a safe shooting weekend and go out and blow up some rounds. Take care. Bye.